Hey peeps, welcome to Mission 500. Thank you for coming back again. It's so awesome to have you here. So today we're going to have a look at a trick tutorial called a queen sit. I think it looks really pretty, maybe a little bit pinchy, but you know, that's Paul, right? So all I'm going to do is going to show you what it looks like. This move can look really nice on spin, but I'm just going to show you statically, and then I'll talk you through it and show you how to do it, okay? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to stand side onto the pole, and we're going to take the outside hand behind the back and across the lower part of the back, okay, or just above your butt basically, and then we're going to grab onto the pole. So if you've not done anything where your hand goes behind your back before, this might be, you know, obviously brand new to you, this can feel really weird, okay, but we'll break it down. So the first thing we're going to do is take the hand behind the back, and we're going to squeeze the inner arm on and have the hand at face level, and we're going to do a tuck, okay, so it looks like this, side on, outside hand behind the back, just above my butt. I'm going to grab onto the pole so the thumb is up, okay? And then from here, I'm going to squeeze the inner arm on, hand at face level, and I'm pulling down on the pole. I'm actively really squeezing this arm in to pull myself in. So if you've never done this before, because your outside hand's behind your back and you're so used to having it across you, you'll feel like you're going to turn out. So you're really going to have to focus on using this inner arm to keep yourself upright, okay? So around, squeeze, face level. So I'm going to pull down, keeping my body in, bring one knee up, see how that feels, start to bend the other leg, and then see if you can lift the toes. And as you start to lift the toes, you may feel like, oh, you're going to feel like you're going to roll out. That's where you've got to think about squeezing even further in, okay? So again, squeeze, bend, lift, hold, lift. See if you can hold this tuck position, okay? Cool, okay, so once we've done that, we can work on armpit grip, okay? So again, we've already looked at an armpit grip move before, actually a couple of moves. We've had a look at your upright Glamour, we've had a look, I think in that session we had a look at Teddy as well, or there's another move that we had a look at. So we have covered a little bit of armpit grip anyway. So we're going to straighten the arm and squeeze the inner arm on. So the only difference is we're not got the hand on. We're still squeezing that elbow in, except for the arm will be straight, okay? So all we're going to do from here is the same thing. We're going to see if we can tuck. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to bend my inner leg up, but I'm not driving it up as high as I can. I'm just going to have it, hopefully, parallel to the ground, hip level, and the other leg I'm going to drive over the top, so I go in a cross leg. And the reason why I'm going in a cross leg with the outer leg is because I'm going to reach over and grab onto that knee with that hand. So it's very much like your Glamour, okay? If you remember that one where you hook and we're going to reach the outer leg, it's the same thing with the reach in, except you haven't got a leg hooked, okay? So it's a bit of a step up, okay? A bit of a progression for you. So, shall we go through it? So I don't want you just to go through like this final bit, just make sure that you start with your tucks first. Make sure you're comfortable with that, okay? Because if you just jump into it, you're going to wreck your shoulders. Please don't do that, okay? Take your time with it. So I'm going to show you this side as well, so you can see where my hand goes. So from here, hand comes behind my back, my thumb is up, I'm going to slide, across, and I'm going to grab. I'm going to squeeze my inner arm on. So this time I'm going to keep the arm straight, okay? I'm slightly leaning back over the arm as well. And what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to try and keep my back arched. I'm actually going to think about tucking the pelvis under, and that will push my lower back into that arm, and it'll make me feel more secure, like, oh yeah, I'm locking myself into the pole. Does that make sense? So then from here, you can start with a straight arm, squeezing in, bend one leg, and then just see if we can take the other foot off the ground. Okay? If that feels okay, then we can take the legs straight over and we'll reach in to grab the outer knee. Like I said, the more you reach the outer knee, the more, again, you'll lock yourself in. It's a little bit easier. Okay, it's not an easy move, but it's easier to feel you can stay there. Okay, because again, you're locking yourself in, holding yourself in place. So, when you're ready, hand behind your back, squeeze the inner arm on, and arm comes across. I'm going to turn this hand, so I'm going to turn so the thumb faces down so I can grab onto the outer part of the knee, and I'm pulling pulling the shoulder down, tucking the pelvis under. Bring one knee up, and I'm going to take the other one up and over. I'm going to hold on to the outer of the knee. Smile, you can look up, you can look wherever you like. Point your toes, and then you can lower the inside leg down, release the outer air leg, and then you'll be able to release your arms. Does that make sense? So that's queen sit. That's queen sit, and like with everything, you can always start, you know, from the very beginning. Just start with a tuck, so start with bending, making sure you've got the right engagement. Tucking that pelvis under makes a huge difference for me, because like I said, it locks you in place. The more you arch, like the more you're just going to be relying on your inner arm grip, yeah? So give that a go, making sure you're pulling down as much as you can, and I look forward to seeing you next one. Hope you find this helpful. If you need any further help, come and join us. If you don't know if we can help you, book a call with me, I'll have a chat, and we'll go from there. All right, my lovelies. Right, see you tomorrow. Bye.